Pest flies on poultry facilities can be a nuisance to producers and their neighbors, and some can also transmit pathogens that may cause human and animal diseases. So what is the best method to control flies? Hi, I'm Erica Machtinger, veterinary entomologist at Penn State. You can use Integrated Pest Management, or IPM, to control pests in an effective and environmentally safe way. Using IPM involves a combination of common sense practices to break the pest's life cycle. After you have identified your pest flies and know their life cycle, the next step is monitoring pest flies to determine how many flies you have in your facility. The number of flies also serves as a benchmark to evaluate the success of your control program. In this video, we review some of the most common methods to monitor pest fly populations. Monitoring is not just something that is important for IPM. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, requires monitoring for pest activity in egg production facilities with 3,000 or more laying hens as part of the egg rule. While there are 4 main pest fly species in poultry facilities: houseflies, little or lesser houseflies, black dump flies, garbage flies, and blowflies, most monitoring methods tend to focus on houseflies, and those are the methods that I will review here. When monitoring pest populations, you must use quantitative assessments of pests, not just visual estimates or guesses. There are several methods for monitoring pest flies. The most widely used methods for monitoring houseflies on poultry facilities are spot or speck cards, sticky ribbons, sticky cards, and baited jug traps. Let's look at each of these. Spot cards are white 3 by 5 inch cards that you place in the poultry house, usually attaching it to a wall or a post. These cards can be purchased from any office supply store. How do these cards work? Well, filth flies use enzymes to digest their food and so frequently defecate and regurgitate, which is what this fly that looks like it's blowing a bubble is actually doing. Flies that rest on these white cards leave behind vomit and fecal spots on the card that can then be counted as an index of the fly population. Cards should be counted and replaced at regular intervals, typically 1 week. Flies other than houseflies will also land and leave specks on these cards, as you can see here with this black dump fly. Because of this, it is impossible to tell which fly species left which spots. So using spot cards for monitoring works best if you have primarily houseflies. If you have multiple species of flies, you can use sticky cards and sticky ribbons or tape to collect flies. The biggest benefit of monitoring with these sticky traps is that you can identify the species of flies you collect. Hang ribbons or cards in similar locations as spot cards. Count the flies trapped and replace the cards or ribbons weekly. Keep in mind that dust and debris can cover the sticky substance and inactivate them, so it's best to count and replace these more frequently if this is the case. Another monitoring method is the walking sticky tape. Like the other monitoring methods, this is usually conducted weekly. With this method, you hold a regular sticky fly tape at about waist level as you walk a 1,000-foot route through your house. Check the tape and count and record the number of flies stuck on the tape. You can also use commercial or homemade baited traps to monitor flies, which is being done here. Be aware that commercial baits are formulated to attract houseflies and may not be as effective for trapping lesser houseflies or black dump flies. Hang jug traps from ceilings or braces and in areas where they won't be affected by falling manure. Count the flies and replace the bait weekly. Consistency is the key to accurate assessments of fly population numbers. Monitor in the same locations and at the same interval. Keeping records of your counts, like spots on spot card records as seen here, allows you to compare fly numbers within a specific time frame and shows you population trends over time. Monitoring the populations of pest flies can help you determine if control is needed and if the control measures selected as part of your IPM plan are working. These simple steps can help reduce pest fly numbers and make your facility safer and more comfortable for you and your birds.